Let's go into this map. This was a fun map. I also played this one a little bit. Let's spectate the world record, which is from Hobbit. So what he does. So we have a map that is mirrored, so you can either go left or right. I went for the right side. It felt a bit easier for me. There you can see an SD on this map. This eyesight is super tricky. Okay, so this map. On the start, what I realized is that if you just smooth steer, you don't have gear problems. So you still have a nose slide there. I think it's like I think it's like 20-30% steering. So that's what I did in order to get a good downhill as well. Then you want to open up the steering for the gear and already start with the tapping, because here you want to have an SD. Going up the hill, you know, hold it very, very tight to do a small wiggle to not catch any airtime. Don't hit the penalty surface there. You can overjump it, but you can see this car maybe has hit it a little bit, but maybe wasn't affected by that too much. And now you get up into 5th. So now comes the important factor, because you need to like consider, okay, how long will I go for the SD that I'm doing there? Because you need to open up your steering once you go into 5th gear. So you could have seen it there. All the players did it very nicely. And someone even geared up very early, actually. Was it Zyron? Yeah, some people geared up quite early. But what's important is to go also very, very tight around that corner there. I think this one is also maybe considered in SD here. But I think you just go for that anyway, because you want to get a very smooth and like controlled drift around that corner to get no airtime on this uphill as well. Then here, approach super far from the right. This is very hard to control, because you need to be super far on the left here as well in order to get a good approach around that corner. You can jump here a little bit, but you don't really want to be as much on the, like, you want to avoid being on the penalty surface for as long as possible. Let's say like that. So now fully steer. Then readjust again, and some people might have slid out in the end, which can happen if you release or have a too bad of a line in this way. Someone geared up quite early there. Who was that? Or maybe it was just the other car. This could have also been. But this is a very cool map also for matchmaking. It's already in this corner. And also the eyesight with that, like, sometimes, like, it feels very hard to control this part here, because you either end up too far on the right or left, and then your run is dead, right? It's very hard to control that and get that one. So, because you have to also then enter the eyesight, need to full steer, and need to avoid this section here, and also enter or hit the finish quite early. This was my nemesis on this map. So, that's what you have to do here. Important on this map is, for me, really to get the AT medal is to consider gears. So this gear here at the start, gear number 4 and 5, really important. Don't oversteer at the start, and also don't catch airtime in any of those corners. Like here, it's important to not catch airtime, and also in this corner here. You don't want to have airtime. Go diagonal over it, and then you have this corner here as well, which can be very hard to control. I think as a tip, you don't want to go all the way around, but you can eat more penalty surface and maybe go a bit earlier onto that and not go that direct to it. Maybe a bit more diagonal like this, that you slow down a bit more, but this should be enough. And then just gradually go more and more like the world record, that you approach more from the right or left side if you go from the other side, and just get it across. So that's my tip towards you. The eyesight, well, yeah, the eyesight is also quite hard to do, because that's really where you can lose a lot of time, but it's just about committing to the slide. You hardly slide out there, and the SD here at the start is just also feeling, and wasn't too hard for me once I played this map for a little bit, because you come from plastic, and that's why you already have skid marks attached to your car. Okay, map 6 also in the books.